My boyfriend bought his female best friend a Tiffany necklace for her birthday. I feel weird about it. I just want to know if I'm blowing this out of proportion before I overreact. We've been together 11 months. He's 27, I'm 27, and his best friend has been in his life since their first year of college. I knew about her before we even went on our first date. He told me upfront, they're close, always have been, and I'd have to be okay with that. I respected it. She was there before me, and I'm not the kind of person who shows up in someone's life and starts rearranging it. For almost a year, I never said a word about their friendship. Not once. But then her birthday came around, and he mentioned he'd gotten her something special. I thought sweet, a candle, a book, maybe a nice dinner out between friends. Then I saw the little blue box on our kitchen counter. Tiffany, the white ribbon, the kind of box you only give someone when the gift is supposed to mean something. I looked it up that night after he fell asleep. $250. A heart pendant. That's not a friend gift. That's a feeling wrapped in jewelry. I told myself I was being insecure. I went back and forth for 2 days. She's been single for 3 months. He's been extra attentive to her lately. Longer phone calls, offering to drive her places, texting back faster than he texts me. I noticed all of it and talked myself out of all of it until I couldn't anymore. I finally sat him down and told him honestly how I felt. I wasn't dramatic about it. I didn't accuse him of anything. I just said a heart necklace from Tiffany's felt like more than a friendship gift, and it was making me uncomfortable. He listened. He actually seemed to get it. He said he'd return it and we'd pick something out together instead. Something from both of us. Something that made more sense. He seemed a little disappointed, but he said I came first and he didn't want me feeling that way. I went to bed that night feeling like we'd handled it like adults. The next morning I stopped by his place on my lunch break to pick up a jacket I'd left there. I walked into the bedroom and there it was. The little blue box, sitting right on his nightstand like he'd set it there on purpose. He said he forgot to take it back. He'd get to it later. Something shifted in me right then, but I didn't say anything. I kissed him, grabbed my jacket, and left. That afternoon, they were supposed to meet up and talk. He said he was going to be honest with her about where things stood, make it clear that our relationship came first, and that some boundaries needed to change. I thought that was the right move. I told him I was proud of him for handling it directly instead of letting it fester. I waited 2 hours. Nothing. I texted asking how it went. He said he just wanted a quiet night to himself and would talk tomorrow. Short reply, no explanation. I texted again asking if everything was okay and got back one word. Yeah, I've been with this man for almost a year. He doesn't do one-word texts. I drove over. He answered the door looking tired and distant, like he'd been sitting with something heavy. We went inside and I asked him straight what happened today. He kept deflecting, saying he needed time to think, that things were complicated, that he wasn't sure what he was feeling. I pushed, not aggressively, just firmly. I told him I deserved to know what was going on. It came out slowly, in pieces. During their talk, she told him she'd had feelings for him since college, deep ones, the kind she'd been sitting on for years. She said it had gotten to the point where it was hard to be around him knowing he was with someone else. I asked him if the feelings went both ways. He said, I don't know. I just sat there for a second. Then I asked what else happened. He went quiet again. I asked again. He finally said she kissed him during the conversation. He pulled back after a few seconds, said he felt guilty, didn't mention any of it when he came home that night. I asked him if he had ever crossed a line with her while we were together. He got defensive immediately, which told me everything. He said no, nothing happened while we were dating. But then he admitted, quietly, like he was hoping I wouldn't catch it, that they had fooled around years ago, back when he was single. Something he had never told me, not once in 11 months. I looked at him and told him we were done. I wasn't crying, I wasn't yelling, I just meant it. He didn't fight for me, didn't ask me to stay, didn't say wait, let me fix this. He just said he was sorry and that he never meant to hurt me. I picked up my bag and walked out. The necklace was still in the little blue box on his nightstand. He never returned it.
My husband passed away, and I'm so angry right now. People keep asking if I'm sad. No, I'm furious. He was 25 and died in a routine gallbladder surgery he only got because I complained about his stomach pain for weeks. He kept saying he was fine. I made the appointment. The surgeon came out 40 minutes in saying unexpected complication. My husband coded on the table 3 times. They called it at 11:47 a.m. on a Tuesday. I was holding his jacket in the waiting room. His mother arrived 20 minutes later. First thing she said was, I knew something would happen. I felt it. No hug, no asking if I was okay, just her and her feelings. I was supposed to pick out his suit the next day. She showed up at the funeral home at 8 a.m. and chose one before I got there. When I arrived at 10, she was already done, said she knew him better. We'd been married 6 years. She saw him twice a year at Christmas and Easter. At the viewing, she brought a box of childhood photos, rearranged all my pictures of us, put her baby pictures of him front and center by the casket. When I moved them back to include our wedding photo, she told the funeral director I was being difficult in my grief and not thinking clearly. The funeral director asked if I wanted him to intervene. I said no. Pick your battles. Day of the funeral, she wore white, head to toe. White dress, white heels, white fascinator with a small veil. Said it was what he would have wanted since he loved seeing her in bright colors. My best friend whispered, is she serious right now? She posed for photos next to his casket. Had someone take at least 20 shots, different angles. Posted the best one on social media within an hour with the caption, my baby boy is with the angels now. A mother's love never dies. 147. People liked it in the first 30 minutes. During the reception at our house, the house we bought together 3 years ago, she walked around like she owned the place, touched everything, opened drawers in the kitchen, picked up our wedding album from the coffee table, and showed people baby pictures she'd brought in her purse. This is who he really was, she kept saying to strangers. Before me, she meant. One of his coworkers found me in the hallway, said he needed to tell me something. My mother-in-law had been in my husband's office the day before the funeral. Building security called him because she didn't have access. She claimed she was picking up personal items for me. The coworker let her in. She went straight to his desk, spent 40 minutes going through files. Security footage showed her taking a folder. That's when she appeared behind me. Everyone else was in the living room eating the catered food she'd complained about. She handed me that folder. I found something you should see. His life insurance beneficiary form from 2019, before you two married. I opened it. My husband's signature at the bottom. Her name listed as sole beneficiary. $850,000. I found this in his old work files yesterday, she said. Her voice had this edge, like she'd been waiting to tell me. He must have forgotten to update it after the wedding. These things happen, but legally, honey, this money is mine. Though I suppose you could contest it if you really wanted to drag his memory through court for the next 3 years. Put his name in legal documents. Make it all public. She was already pulling out her phone, probably to post about her difficult day and how she was staying strong for family. I looked at at her white dress. At the funeral, she'd taken over. At the photos, she'd rearranged. At the reception, she'd criticized. At 6 years of her treating me like I'd stolen her son. Every holiday, every birthday, every time she introduced me as the wife instead of my name. Keep it, I said. She stopped scrolling. What? Keep the money. All of it. Don't even fight me on it. It's yours. Her smile started to return, that satisfied look. Use it to buy something that'll make you feel less empty. The smile faltered. Because that's all you'll have left. I got 6 years with him. I got weeknight dinners and Sunday mornings. I got him teaching me to drive stick shift in that grocery store parking lot. I got his laugh when I burned pancakes every Saturday. I got the man, not the memory you're performing for social media. I stepped closer. She stepped back. You gotta check. And in 5 years when that money's gone and you're sitting alone in whatever house you buy with it, you'll remember this moment. When you chose $850,000 over the last person who loved your son. Her hand was shaking. Phone screen still lit up. I don't need his money to remember him, but you'll need it to forget that you never really knew him at all. I walked back to the living room. She left 10 minutes later, didn't say goodbye to anyone, just grabbed her purse and left through the side door. 3 days later, my lawyer called. Turns out my husband had updated his beneficiary in 2021 to me, filed it directly with HR. The 2019 form she found was just a copy he'd kept in his old desk drawer and forgotten about. The real form had my name. She'd wasted her entire performance over a piece of paper that meant nothing.